You got to give credit when credit is due. And in this situation, that credit goes to Devin Haney. He did not have to come out here and make this fight. Devin Haney is a big name guy. He's incredibly accomplished. He did not have to accept this fight against Brian Norman Jr. The only thing you can assume is that the man really, truly is who he says he is in the regard that he's not ducking anybody. He says he wants to smoke. He goes out there and gets it. He says he wants to make fights happen. He goes out there and makes the fights happen. Now, look, that doesn't mean that every single fight is going to happen every single time. But over the course of his career, if he keeps going along the path that he's going, he's proven to be a man who's willing to step in the ring with people. Now, that doesn't always mean it's going to be a good decision. Okay, when I think about this fight with Brian Norman Jr., I'm going with Brian Norman Jr. Devin Haney didn't look great in his last fight. I've been one of these guys who have said a lot of positive things about Devin Haney over the year because there's a lot of positive things to say. He goes out there, he had arguably the best jab in the game. He didn't display it last fight, but you look at all of these fights going into it, we'll pull out that Ryan Garcia fight as well. But you look at the jab that this man has, and he's able to go out there and he's able to execute it at a very high level and build an entire game around it, beat people with basically just the jab. Look at what he went out there and did to Kambosos with just the jab. Jab, arguably the best jab in the game. But when he steps out with this last fight, highest weight, technically it's a welterweight fight, but they came in at a catch weight, 143, 144, something along those lines. He's going in there against the guy in Ramirez who's not somebody that you would necessarily be scared of from the sense of being a puncher and the power that he possesses. And Devin Haney looked very tentative. He didn't look comfortable in there at all. He was throwing hard shots, even though that's not his game, versus going in there and trying to set things up. He was using way too much foot movement. He was flinching and being very overreactive to any feints or anything that Ramirez was going out there and doing. Those are the signs of a guy who's not comfortable. That's typically the type of thing that you see when a guy's still replaying all of those things in his head that happened in that Ryan Garcia fight, which is what makes this fight with Brian Norman Jr. so dangerous, because we see what Brian Norman Jr. is. He's a guy who's very athletic, explosive. He's got power, displays it all the time, up to and including this last fight with Jin Sasaki where he goes out here and just smokes him with the left hook. Brian Norman Jr. is continuing to get better. He has an ever-improving ring IQ. There is a very, very strong argument that with Boots moving up to 154, that Brian Norman Jr. is the best welterweight in the world right now. And with all of that talk and with all of the things that are going on, Devin Haney comes up and accepts this fight. So like I said, got to give credit where credit is due. But right now, as I sit here with the first thoughts, I don't think this one is going to turn out well for Devin Haney. I think that left hook that Brian Norman Jr. has, I think the explosiveness and I think the hesitation and the tentativeness that we saw from Devin Haney in his last fight is not going to play out with a young, aggressive, powerful fighter like Brian Norman Jr. So let me know what you guys think. Are you excited to see this one? Do you think Devin Haney bit off more than he can chew? Do you think this is going to be Brian Norman Jr.'s chance to stick his flag in the ground at 147, get a big name on his resume, and really open up the doors to more potential big fights in the future? Let me know what you guys think.